Hey all, my name is Kurt. Welcome back to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. Hey, it seems like it's been forever since we've done a distillery review, and we're going to change that today. We're going to dig into Heaven Hill, and in particular, the Evan Williams lineup. Man, I'll tell you what, I love this stuff. I'm really fond of Evan Williams products. So on the bar top tonight, we have the Black Label, Bottle and Bond, 1783, Evan Williams single barrel, and the Big Daddy over here, the 12-year. We're going to have a good time. Trenton, you all ready for this?
Yep.
Let's get cracking on it. Let's taste the very first one. We're going to start with the Black Label, Trenton. So we're going to give it a taste. The Black Label is 14 bucks. It's a non-aged stated whiskey, but they say it's aged from 4 to 7 years, and it's 86 proof.
That's a pretty wide range of an age statement.
Yeah, that's just what I found online. It is no age statement, but from what I found from a few different resources online, they said it's at least between 4 and 7 years. That's what I found. Nice little nose there, though. Pretty nice for 14 bucks, buddy.
One of my neighbors actually has this, and he's not a huge fan of the Black Label, but I told him, I was like, for 14 bucks?
Trenton, I mean, it's $14. We have to keep that in mind. But I'm getting the light barrel char and some real nice brown sugar notes in there.
I get a little tobacco. Do you get some tobacco?
Very well. Could be, yeah. Perfect. I mean, $14. I just find Evan Williams Black Label, in my opinion, to be awfully darn good for 14 bucks. I'd really have to dig into it to figure out what might compare with the Black Label for me personally at that price range. I don't know what it would be off the top of my head, to tell you the truth.
I can't think of anything.
It's pretty darn good in my opinion, especially for the price. Let's move on to the next one. All right, one of your favorites, and I hear about it all the time, and that's awesome. I'm glad it is one of your favorites. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, Trenton. This one here is about 17 bucks in our area. Okay, it has to be aged at least 4 years because it is Bottle and Bond, and it's 100 proof, of course. So let's see what we have here in the Bottle and Bond.
I can't remember. Did we put this in our Bourbon Madness?
Yes,
I remember this place.
we did.
Kind of low in one of our.
No, was it in the Bourbon Madness or just the Bottle and Bond competition?
It might have been the bottle.
Just the Bottle and Bond competition, my bad. It wasn't in Bourbon Madness.
The nose transfers right to the palate, but the palate has a little bit more oak on it than I get on the nose.
Yeah. And and I spoke a little bit about it in the Bottle and Bond competition. Again, we got to think about the price point here. It's 17 bucks. I mean, it's a wonderful mixer. You know that.
Oh yeah, I mix with this all the time.
I mixed a ton of cocktails with this thing for sure. Fabulous mixer, fabulous proof point for mixing, good flavors. To drink it neat for me, it's just not one of my favorites. That's all. I think it's that heavy oaky, but I think it even has like a burnt type of a flavor to me, and that's just me. And I know I'll get crucified for that, but that's just me. I don't dislike it. If somebody poured me this at their house, I would drink it politely and be happy with it, honestly.
Well, that surprises me.
I wouldn't do that.
You burn the crap out of your toast. I'm surprised. Surprised that you don't like that in your.
I don't know. There's just something about it. There's a flavor profile in there that it just doesn't suit me perfectly. I can't say I hate it. That wouldn't be the case at all. It's just not one of my absolute favorites. But I know a lot of people out there love it, and that's fantastic. I think that's a good thing. All right, let's move on down the line. 1783, Trenton. 17.
Never had this.
You've never had 1783?
Nope.
Wow, it's about 20 bucks. Okay.
Nose is pretty darn good. It's like cherry almost, maybe.
This is another no age statement, but they say it's between 6 and 8 years, and it comes in about 90 proof. Actually, it is 90 proof, not about.
What was the price on this? Sorry.
20 bucks.
20 bucks. I mean, for 20 bucks, it drinks a little hotter than 90 proof, but I like that.
You're right. It's a little bitey.
Creamy.
But I get a lot more, yeah, it's a little bit more creamy, a little more viscous than the first two, for sure. I get a little more vanilla out of this one than I have in the other ones. I get a little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla. Actually, really, really nice stuff. 1783, I don't know. It's definitely a go-to for me for around 20 bucks. I just can't see how you can go wrong with that price point, to be honest with you. I really like it. All right, moving on down the line, Trent, real quick, we got the Evan Williams single barrel. Now, before everybody jumps on me, I realize that this has basically been discontinued for most areas. It's a Kentucky release only, and you also can buy it at the distillery. But I put it in the lineup intentionally because the last week or two at Trenton, as I've been going around liquor stores, and I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I've seen Evan Williams single barrels here and there.
They're still out there.
Yeah, they're still out there. There's 2s and 3s still sitting on the shelf, and actually right here, buddy. There you go. I bought my backup bottle today.
What was the price? $23.99?
This one? Nope, that 32.
32.
Yeah, you read it a little backwards. That was from Harry. So it's 32 bucks, and that's exactly what's on the price tag. That's what I paid today, 32 bucks, okay? But I mean, for pretty much an 8-year-old bourbon, right? 86.6 proof. I really like this stuff. I really, really like it. And I'm pretty disappointed that it's a Kentucky release only now, but I wanted to get it in there because I want you all to know, if you see it, $30, you cannot go wrong. You might want to pick one up because sooner or later you won't be seeing them much anymore.
Especially for a single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I like that nose. I think I have one of these at home, and I really like it. You had one a couple years ago that was incredible, and then the next one you got had quite a different flavor profile.
Yes. I have noticed that with the Evan Williams single barrel. The flavor profiles can vary quite a bit. The one before this one, Trent, you're right, not so good really, in my opinion. The one before that was phenomenal. This one here is pretty darn good.
What's the proof on that?
86.6.
Okay.
86.6. But to me, you get that oak coming in there now because you get that little sweet oak, some cinnamon, some caramel. Do you get any kind of a apple note on that at all? Like a baked apple? For some reason, I'm coming off with like a little bit of a baked apple.
I could see it maybe.
Wow. Yeah, I've never had that really before, but really nice and creamy. It's viscous. I've said that before about this bottle, so really, really good stuff. If you can find it, you might want to grab it. Last but not least, Trent, we're going to go over the Evan Williams 12-year. Now, the reason I put that in the lineup today is I've had a multitude of people, they've seen it behind my left shoulder up on the shelf, ask for this bottle to be reviewed. So I said, why not? Let's put it in there. This particular bottle is Japan only, or now you can get it at the distillery. I can't remember, Trent, do we have to go through the tour to get it?
You have to go through the tour to get it, and each person gets like a ticket that you can use to purchase.
That's what it was.
The 12-year.
I couldn't remember if we walked in and was able to get it or we had to get through the tour. So it is available if any of y'all get to Kentucky. It is available there. So you do have a possibility there. But let's get into it. A lot of people want to know what it's all about, so let's check it out, buddy. See what we have.
The tour is really neat too.
Oh, it is. It is a very good tour. Boy, I love that nose, man. Peanut buttery, kind of.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Maybe this one smells like peanut butter.
Wow.
Got a jelly sandwich with this, man. You got it all.
It's pretty good, man. Really nice. See what we got.
It's nutty, but in a really nice way. It's not nutty like a Booker's. It's not like a sweet nutty.
Yeah, this one has some big oak. Am I right? Mm-hmm. It has some big oak in there, but that oak is very sweet and very nice. But it is big oak. I will give you that. But a very nice oak note. And then you get deep and rich with the flavors, with the molasses and brown sugar and cinnamon. Deep, rich flavors. The only knock I can give it, because this one here, I think Trenton, if I'm not mistaken, was around $130. Does that sound about right to you?
I think it was like $10 a year. I think it was like
120.
tax.
Okay, something like that. I wasn't sure. It's 101 proof too, by the way. I apologize, I didn't say that yet, but so it is a little bit expensive. So when you get up over that $100 mark, I tend to be a little bit more picky. So it seems for that price range to be a tad bit thin. What's your thought on that?
Yeah,
just a tad.
The 1783 is more viscous than the 12.
Yeah, just thin, but the flavor profile I love in that thing. I really, really do. That big oak just comes rushing in, and then it really follows suit with those rich, deep, classic bourbon flavors, molasses, brown sugar. Really, really nice pour. As you can tell, Trent, I've enjoyed a couple sips here and there.
I would
of that bad boy.
I would buy another one.
Right?
I would go on the tour
right?
to buy one.
Right? So, in review, let's wrap it up, buddy. And I mean, for me, we have to talk, is it worth it, is it not worth it? What's your favorites, what's not? For me, I would have to say one of my favorites, if not my favorite, bottom shelf or $14 bourbon, Evan Williams Black Label. Really, really nice. What's to me the best about that is you get those classic bourbon notes in a $14 bottle. Fantastic. A Bottle and Bond, excellent mixer, has its place in my bar, is always in my bar, but I wouldn't put it, I would actually probably, for me, and for those folks that love this bottle, I apologize, but for me, I would probably put that one, Trenton, in my last place.
I would also.
As far as a flavor profile for me. So for me, it would line up like this. Then the 1783 I thought was fantastic, and everything would stay the same there. But what I'm so impressed, go ahead, pal, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I would actually switch the single barrel for the 1783.
You would?
I would.
Okay.
Just my preference. I think.
Yeah, that's Trent's preference.
I think the 1783 is a little bit more viscous, and I like the flavor better. It could be the batch since it's a single barrel, but
there you go.
That's my thoughts.
That's fine by me. I personally would not. However, I would not. We could sit and have a good conversation about that because he makes some obvious, fantastic points with that move. So, but what I want to tell you more than anything else, though, with the Evan Williams lineup, for the money, to me, all these are worth it. Fantastic buys, almost bargains, to tell you the truth. Great classic bourbon flavors you'll find in each and every one of these bottles. One of my favorites, if not my favorite, lower priced bourbon lineups. So that's my opinion. Love the stuff. That's all we have for you today, boy. I really hope you enjoyed it. I love putting this together. Had a good time. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. And we'll see you next time right down here with me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.